Welcome to another episode of Ruff Talk VR, a weekly podcast with in-depth game reviews, exclusive developer interviews, and the latest MetaQuest and virtual reality news. We join our hosts, the father-son team of D. Scruffles and Stratus today, as they spend another episode breaking down and discussing the world of virtual reality.
Hey, welcome to this episode of Ruff Talk VR, coming at you live. Well, not really live, pre-recorded live.
It's live right now.
It's live to us from a hotel room in Boston for PAX East 2026. Talking what we saw for VR at the convention. Spoiler, wasn't a whole bunch, but I feel like the VR that was there, as we always say, was getting a really good reception, really good crowd.
They were totally able to capitalize on the crowd.
Killing it even. And I think part of it is that there's not much VR there. So this, like, it stands out to people. They're like, dude, that's a VR headset.
Percentage-wise, I think we're in the 0 point percentage.
Yeah. To be clear, there was Star Trek Infection, Heroes Together, Pin City, and then Geometry Attack. Today we did interviews, and you'll see it later on the video, or if you're on YouTube, we'll also have separate uploads for those interviews. We did interviews with both Heroes Together and with Star Trek Infection.
Yes.
Which Star Trek Infection is launching tomorrow on Tuesday.
If you're listening on Monday.
Yes.
It comes out Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday of this week. That's pretty intense.
Seems like a pretty quick. And we knew it was coming.
Announced.
And it was just, but it seems like, wow, okay.
I feel like it was announced. We didn't really hear
But
anything.
You got to go hands-on with it.
I did. We'll give some thoughts on that as well, too. But each one of those booths were popping the entire time.
If you're the only glass of water in town,
that's what it is.
Drink, like, come on, man.
There's so many computer games. There's so many console games. You just kind of walk by them, but then you see
Card
a VR
games,
headset.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And it clearly catches people's attention. Like Heroes Together, we first went to their booth on Friday to say hi, book an interview. And they were, for demos, they were booked until Sunday.
Yeah, and they did it smart. They came out of the gate, like, doing the booking appointments. Well, I won't say out of the gate, but they chose to start booking appointments. And it worked perfect because you didn't have people bunching up thinking that there was a line to get in. It was as simple as, do you have your appointment? And it's like, yep, I'm here for that. Groups of 4 at a time, minimally. So they had a great flow going. It was lit real well. It was open spaced because it's VR. So it was nothing. I think we were the most obtrusive thing in their booth when we did the interview. Other than that, they had minimally 2 devs on site
answering questions, helping if needed.
And part of that to make the game better, come on.
And during our interview with them, there was this one girl that was trying it. She was playing with someone
behind
else,
me?
And she was screaming to her partner, like, props her, she was so into it,
She played for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to, like, underarm tuck the microphone behind me.
Be like,
to start recording her because she, which would be dirty, I guess. And I can't do that, but damn entertaining, and was in it to win it. Like,
definitely
just was
into
having
the
a
game.
blast. I think I even told him, I said, one of the best things I don't have to try a VR game when I'm at one of these shows, partly because I'm not fond of putting on, other headsets, even though everyone did a great job of sanitizing even the keyboards. But to see the reactions of people who don't necessarily use VR, and you watch them get pulled right into whatever they're playing. And that was what I saw going down at that booth, like, all freaking day, dude.
Yeah, they were packed. On Star Trek Infection, every time we walked by, there was not only somebody demoing, there was people queued up.
And they had a
go.
decent amount of knowledgeable folks on hand as well to answer. But they had multiple games as well, not just
not that studio, but it was like a Poland devs collaborative. There was a couple
of
different
Polska section. They did the same thing in Gamescom.
Mm-hmm.
There was like different
there was like
country
games from Poland, games from Greece, whatever.
Dude.
There was this one flat game right next to Star Trek Infection, COS Miners, COS Miners.
I want it bad.
It's coming on Steam, coming on coming on PlayStation, flat, coming on Microsoft,
really
on Xbox. I think that would kill it in VR too.
Yeah, but
we asked them. They had no VR wasn't on their radar.
No, and not necessarily just for the financial reasons, but it's cool when we talk to devs and you get in deep about, you know, the realities of like making money in the VR space.
One of the simulators booth with like, you know, some classic simulator games.
Yeah.
X simulator, you know, whatever you want. There's a simulator game of it. There was one booth that, you know, they make all the popular simulator games, and you were asking like, you ever think of VR? And they said it was their number one request.
Yeah, number one request.
But that the cost to develop it
doesn't work for them. And they're already selling
around.
They're selling their flat screen game, I think, at minimally 30, although currently on sale.
Although I would argue if it's your number one request, there is a market there.
So your number one request, but how many people does that really equate to?
Yeah, sometimes it's a vocal crowd.
But any of these simulation games, dude, I've yet to play one.
First-person simulation? Come on. Even remember the other year, the Autopsy sim game? Yeah. That one would have killed it in VR.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, you said you ended up beating it as well.
Yeah, I rolled credits on that one. I want more. I haven't uninstalled it either. You can go back in though after you finish it.
I can't tell you how bummed I am that the 2 years before this, Larian Studios was there with Baldur's Gate 3, and I wasn't playing the game at that time, and now it's like my favorite flat game that I played this year, and they weren't there. I was like, that's the way life works, isn't it? You know. But yeah, not a whole bunch of VR this year, but the ones that were there crushing it. Pin City graphically was looking much, much improved. Especially in comparison to where it was when we first talked to them.
They were just good news all around this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of years.
Yeah.
I came into this PAX like, I hope we hear something.
They talked to us about, you know, they told us some release window ideas, some features that we were thinking should be in the game since the first time we saw it.
Not just us, man. A whole bunch of people
starting to come in there. I see so much potential with that game if it's done right, you know, like even like collaboration.
It'll be the walkabout of bowling.
They have that potential.
Yep.
Like they really do.
Because their levels, I mean, dude, there's a lot of levels and it's not normal bowling. It's freaking awesome. No, they're doing good. I'm happy for them. It's a small team, two people.
Yeah. We talked with, you know, we caught up with Karen from their team, and she said she's working on it full time now.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit why we saw those graphical improvements. But you know, it's great with a game when you see it and right away you go, wow, that was a visual enhancement.
Yeah, you can see the change. Yeah. The
extra
shine too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, I'm happy for them in 2020. 26 is turning out to be pretty decent, dude, for some games coming out. So
the first time we saw that game, there was no Quest 3.
Nope.
It was only Quest 2. Yeah.
We interviewed them sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
I think
they were so exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a great
dude,
team.
They've been hustling it for years. I mean, the saving grace is it is the two of them. And I think originally, you know, it's not like their bread and butter to have to like survive. So they were able to.
Now she's working on it full time.
This is awesome.
Animal,
yeah.
You know?
No, it's just what the game needed.
Coincidentally, we hear release window news now that, you know, because to us, we're always one, you know.
I think you can wish list it on Steam, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's Steam, MetaQuest. Man, I don't think that there's a good bowling game on PlayStation VR 2 either.
This would do really good.
There's not that I know.
I
think it would only be graphically better.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Standalone. Yeah. Interesting.
Especially if they get some momentum with the quests in the community. Imagine if it was crossplay.
Yeah. For a game like that where you want to find, you know, other play. Come on. So Pin City was going great. Like I said at the start, we checked out Star Trek Infection, talked to their producer there, who was a wicked easy interview. Understand like English isn't the first language, and he was more talkative than us.
No, it was awesome.
He crushed it.
No, he believes it. Well, you know what? You gotta believe when you're doing Star Trek, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You better believe in it, you know.
And right off the top, he, you know, recognized the Ruff Talk VR stuff. He's like, "Oh, you guys aren't VR noobs." He's like, "Do you want?" Because for everyone, what they were doing was they were demoing the intro to the game with the tutorial, and there's some cinematic elements to it. But the most importantly is they teach you to play the game. It's a little slower and stuff. He's like, "You guys know how to use VR, right?" We're like, "Yeah." So he let us skip the tutorial and try a segment that other people weren't playing yet.
I think it's the actual version.
Yeah, they were demoing the full launch version of the game. So, admittingly, you know, he gave a quick rundown of how to use all the tools. You even looked at me like, "Now have fun, dude. Good luck," because it was a lot of info. But I actually retained it better than I thought I was going to.
What's cool is a lot of it was intuitive shit you would have thought of if nobody
yes,
right
how do I grab
shoulder,
this? Yeah.
chest, left hip, right hip, whatever.
There's a thing on your left shoulder to guide where you're supposed to go,
Yeah,
which
give
I
you the
love.
direction.
That was actually a really nice one because
And what's cool, it's not just a button press to activate the guide. Like you're doing like you're wearing a piece of equipment that technically does it.
And when it was first announced, we were very skeptical of like
we're still skeptical.
The horror element of it. I will say, haven't gone in it. Maybe it's because I was at a convention. Maybe it's because there was, thousands of people around me.
There's 100 people around.
Well, we'll get it to loud in a second too, because, this was a comment we heard from someone else too. The only reason I'm not saying their name is I don't know if they want me to
throw them
say
under the
it came
bus.
from them, but they couldn't hear the game while they were playing because of all the noise around them, which definitely does distract a little bit from the immersion of a game like that. But it wasn't over the top scary. It was more like suspenseful,
atmospheric.
Yeah, than like horror or like really scary.
There might be some jump scares or two.
I could see it in that game. Admittingly,
he may say something during the interview.
In full transparency, I did hit a glitch in the game. I had to quit and come back, and they were even like, "We've never seen that before."
That's twice you've done that.
I know. I break shit sometimes.
No, it's good though.
Yeah,
good. You put people through that with a 48-hour window to fix it.
I told them what I did.
Well, they can't fix it now, right? If it's coming to launch,
not until post-launch. Yeah. But I told them what I did to do it. Maybe that
no one's ever done that.
For what it's worth, I mean, just off that, I have to say there's a possibility people hit bugs. Like I hit a glitch that made me have to quit back to the menu.
Well, the good news is if they never physically saw anyone do it, there's a good amount of people that'll play before they'll hit it.
Yeah, they'll get the reception.
Someone will, but it's not going to, and I'm sure someone will post how they did it and other people will try to do it.
There's from what I was seeing, a ton of lore in the game. Like you could scan almost every item and it would give you a little snippet about the item.
I'll say this in the interview, there was obvious things he couldn't talk about. I poked him a little.
Like how it came to be fully. Some things NDA,
NDA, I respect that. But no, that he gives up some little tidbits, which is cool.
There's
a lot of first stubs with this.
There was some they almost look like holocron type things that I picked up, and there was like a shit ton of lore in there. Like they definitely went deep in that regard. Some things I was trying to grab and it was a little janky with like registering it, but nothing that like crippled the experience. I didn't have any frame drops.
No, and you're playing sitting down too.
That's very true as well. And I didn't have any frame drops, so the performance was good there. Like I said, I did hit one bug, but it was one of those I would have kept playing it. Like I was having fun with it.
What was your favorite flat screen game you saw?
Ooh, honestly, probably that Cosminers game.
Halloween
looked great. They're obviously not VR, but it's kind of like that Friday the 13th.
Yeah, flat screen
game where it's like one person's, and it used to be Jason for Friday the 13th.
Michael Myers' career kind of.
Yeah, now you're Michael Myers and the other players play as civilians, and I don't know if you can kill him. That would be a little lore breaking, but you have to try to escape or stay alive, and Michael Myers tries to kill you. But then it also has a single player story side of it where you play as Michael Myers.
Set up like the house.
Popping.
Oh yeah, there was no getting popping. Not even getting close. I remember I was like, oh, it's not bad. It looks like we could squeeze in here. We go to the other side, and we're like, not anytime soon.
Yeah, no way in hell. So checked out Star Trek Infection. Like I said, great interview. You'll hear that next, and we had a really good time talking to Arthur.
That was good.
Yep. I'm curious what the reception is at launch as well too, because obviously we didn't play for Star Trek Infection.
Yeah.
Obviously we didn't play more than.
Some that are going to hate it just because you've done something to Star Trek that you shouldn't have done, maybe. But I think, I don't know,
I got to play a little bit more of it too.
Want
I had a
people
good
to
time
hear
with what I played.
Yeah. There's a lot of detail that if you're a true Trekkie, I'd pay attention to.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it does get me a little nervous if I hit a bug in the 15 minutes I played, and there's a little bit of jank here and there, but I need to play more of the game to have a full opinion. But what I played, not a 10 out of 10 by very few games are to that level, but it was a good time. Like I said, I would have kept playing it. I had a fun time with it.
You could know in a convention setting.
There was nothing that was like oh man, they're screwed or anything like that.
No.
Like, it was a good time.
Look good.
I had fun with it. Got a really good crowd. Everyone that was taking off the headset seemed to
I
love
didn't see
it.
anybody
So,
complaining.
no. So wish them luck with launch this week, and any Trekkies, hopefully that they appeal to you with all the lore in there, because it seemed like from what I saw,
you're Vulcan. Like, come on.
yeah, that's a big deal for the Trekkies.
So we'll definitely check out that interview after we're done yapping, because
Yeah,
it's a good one.
like we said, there was Heroes Together, which is going to be a co-op roguelite game. Full disclosure, we didn't play the time demo because they were stacked. Like, they were PAX City. We're gone on Sunday when they're open.
I'll take the talking to that team anytime.
So we talked with them. Really cool team. They're based out of Canada. They have an in-person studio as well, too. They also do VR escape rooms. That's what they've been doing for years, and this is their first consumer.
Really want to try one of those.
Yeah. This is the first consumer headset game, so.
Can we plug me into one of those?
Yeah.
That kind of thing? No, their energy's good. All their peeps that we talk to that work in the company are good.
We knew one of the girls there, Ashley. We had met her at Gamescom and at MetaConnect, and we had
wicked good energy.
I remember her from some past studios she was at as well, too. So it was instant familiar face. And
I think that was the only person there we recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very small VR scene this year. But I'm telling you, PAX is the place to be for VR. Like,
if you want to market,
stand out, if you want to stand out to normal gamers,
you can spend your money and go show your game to developers. There's conferences for that. And it's essentially what you're really doing. You're just showing your game to... You're not showing it to the consumer. PAX is your consumer. And I'll tell you what, man, the price of some clothes we saw, $600 coats, and people are buying them. Going out of business, $600. Computers, $2,000. People are more than happy to part ways with some of their money. Some of the racing rigs they had set up that you can buy complete. This is where you want your product to be, because these are the people that they'll see that QR code to what. You know how many times I saw people playing the game and then afterwards like, oh yeah, it was fun, and the guy goes, you can wish list it right now, and they're like, oh yeah, and wish list it. It's like
you're such a wish list bike.
You're getting your money's worth. You know, it's like they're gonna come to you. You don't have to.
And again, it's at that point.
I'm just saying, just for VR, flat screen is different, man. It's a flat screen world in that convention. But
I was even going to say, if that whole convention was sized by VR, like it was that size but only VR, you wouldn't stand out. Like, you'd get lost in the flood.
Fight for it.
You'd get lost in the flood. But there's so little VR there. If you go there with a good VR game, you're gonna stand out. You're never gonna bring Red Bull.
Dude, we've seen VR games in development. Look at first year of Penn City. Wasn't running flawless, and it had some issues and it was a working proof of concept with some levels,
and people were going crazy for it.
And they haven't
remember
stopped.
Pencil last year?
Yeah, Pencil, dude, that was a great boost too.
No breaks. Like, if you're a VR developer at PAX East showing off your game in a booth, bring Red Bull, because you're gonna have a line that never stops.
It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the hours are very, very good. Like this year, it was 10 to 6. For the convention center.
8-hour day.
Like, come on, dude.
Extra hour to set up, extra hour to...
An 8-hour day, that's like half a day to most developers. You send a developer to a convention and be like, you only have to work 8 hours, they're going to be like, fucking deal.
And going back to Heroes Together, we had two people in the interview, Ashley, and who works more of, the marketing side, and then one of the developers who, I don't think he ever did a camera-facing interview like this, and he crushed it.
He did fantastic.
Yeah, he did great. So...
And his first time in Boston.
Yeah, I got lobster roll. You got the lobster roll. Come on, man.
Chowder.
It was the Poland. It was Played with Fire, the developers of Star Trek Infection. Their first time in the United States, as well too.
Yeah,
I think that they said
it was a good vibe too.
Yeah, telling you, man, developers, check out PAX East. It's the place to be.
You're missing out.
So there was those two, which you'll hear both of those interviews after this. There's Penn City, which we had referenced, and then there was also Geometry Attack. I almost called it Gravity Attack for a moment. We don't
think Tempest if you're older.
Yes.
It is Tempest.
We were supposed to talk with him today on an interview.
He's got really good energy.
I think he would have been a great interview too, but we went to his booth and he was absolutely slammed. We stood there
too busy.
Maybe 10, 15 minutes.
And dude,
Every
he got the headset going. He's got the arcade machine going. He's got
it was available on everything.
He's got 3 different devices running. He's by himself. And we were told the day before, we'll book this time because I'll have 3 people working.
Yeah, we go there.
It
It's
became
just
apparent like either those 2 people took a break at the same time, which is really dirty. You don't, but he was doing it. He was working his thing. So
yeah, we stood around maybe 10, 15 minutes and was like, there's not an opening.
But he had that nice
and
arcade
how can you take
setup.
a developer away from their booth when they're getting a rush?
I refuse to.
And they're the only one, so what they would have to.
They don't have time. To me, it's like we can book in for after.
So we'll reach out to him to try to get him on, even if it's just for like a 20-minute, 30-minute during, sometime in the future. He had, like you said, a really good energy too.
Yeah. He believes in this product a lot,
and he's an OG in the industry. He told us he was working for Wayfair back in the day, and frickin' used to do VR showrooms for them, and did some other games as well. And yeah, Geometry Attack looks, we said like Tempest, and
reminds
like
me of the game Tempest.
Available in VR. He's, like you said, playing it on Steam Deck, which means also playing it on flat screen PC. So on the description of it, it said built for VR as well too. You said he's been working with VR since the DK2 as well. So he, like you said, really fun energy. We didn't get to talk to him on camera at PAX just because, like I said, go to his booth and the man is slammed. But that's honestly a good sign. Everyone was trying to beat the leaderboards and stuff. So we'll get him on soon to talk to. And that was really it for.
That was your VR scene, folks.
Yeah, we saw Mateo 311.
Yep, he always rolls into town.
Mm-hmm.
He rolled in with his family.
Didn't bump into Samson or anything.
Didn't see Samson's around.
Yeah,
I sense Samson.
I can feel him.
I feel Samson.
My Samson radar is going
no
off.
Steva, no Eric.
No.
Saw Natasha from your work. That's it. That's everybody we ran
into. That was the VR scene.
Saw a couple of the Forcers I've seen a couple years before. Same bartender at the restaurant we went to.
Didn't really see him, but I know that Chubbier Snail, a VR creator, was here as well too. But yeah, that was pretty much the VR scene. Oh, we bumped
Miles.
Got to talk to developer of
I came here because I thought Miles was coming down here from frickin' England.
Got to talk to the developer of Mother Gunship Forge.
Yeah, that
was a highlight to me.
Oh man, if my mouth would talk.
Mm-hmm.
Wicked cool dude.
Yeah, wicked good guy. So that was a highlight to be able to see him, and very quiet PAX East in all that regard, but still fun. Always a good time coming in.
Dude, proof that I'm not loaded. Because when I met, I'd be like, "How much? How much do I got? Just cut the chase. Just give me a number. How much to buy your game?"
Yeah, very, very, very quiet PAX East for VR, but
yeah,
still happy to be here and represent the industry. Yeah,
which I'll tell you what, for 4 years, it's gone down 1 or 2
every year. Yeah,
every year. That never meta.
No,
never. Closest you get to seeing meta there is like someone else using their headset.
Meta would sell headsets here.
Well, that's the thing. It's a consumer event, dude. I buy mystery boxes every year. I didn't
spend
buy
$100,000 at GDC to advertise the developers.
The shit people already know. I'm not knocking on GDC, but when it's really catered for more of the developer, not the consumer, and this is the part that's crazy, dude. And those GDC ticket prices are not cheap, right? Let's be honest. It is not $500 a day. I think $3,000 for 40. It's not. What do you, as a new developer, what are you getting out of it if you have a game that you need to get out?
If you're looking to, get meetings booked, network, and sign some IP deals,
you can do that on LinkedIn. And I won't throw them under the bus.
This is direct to consumer.
There's a handful of developers I know right now that you could fucking call them, and they would be more than happy to help you because they want to see you win. That's the way they're wired, right? You don't take your game and go give it to the consumer.
PAX East is a direct-to-consumer event.
Men don't care about selling.
You could sell headsets. You could demo your games. You could
sell Ray-Bans.
And I bet you if Meta was there selling headsets, demoing games, it would attract other VR developers to have little booths as well, too.
Well, yeah, man. But honestly, ever since seeing how Gamescom was done with what the XR,
whole of XR?
Yeah, that nobody's pulled that off in the States. And, PAX East needs it. Because how hard would it? Listen, you have little dogs, like little 2-people studios like Penn City, or they got 3 now, I think, right? 3 or 4 people. Really, it's not cheap, dude. And they're doing it just to get their word out and get people playing it and let people know what's happening. For them to be part of and save money and have more exposure and have more VR companies come in, because let's be honest, the nut's pretty big. So it's just somebody has to do it. It seems like an impact problem to me. I'll make that push. There should be an impact
Pin
room,
City
right?
and Geometry Attack can.
That's
swing
actually
it.
a good idea.
Why can't we see some of these other studios?
Like, yeah,
Get it,
100%. Yeah, I'll put your business on the spot.
And again, I just imagine my vision is again, Meta's there with a booth. One of those. It looked like some of those big booths were missing this year.
Oh, they were.
Nice booth in one of those spots, selling headsets, demoing games, and a bunch of other VR developers scattered around the floor.
Well, it's crazy because you want to be part of that future, right? Like Meta's the future, and it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's a hard representation of future when you come down the escalator and boom, you're gonna have some banged area. Was it Area 35?
Mm-hmm. Nintendo's there every year.
Atari's right to the left.
Nintendo has a huge booth every year.
Yeah, like Indie Row. Like I go to one of these shows, it should be like the biggest and baddest should be represented, and occasionally they are when they come out. Dead by Daylight last year was out. Their booth was insane. It was a beautiful booth, and some people Halloween, dude. Their booth was beautiful because from a distance it looked authentic, old wood.
Now look, I do know it's been a tough year as well financially for a lot of studios, a lot of layoffs and stuff. So I'll give a pass this year, but next year I really hope we see a real VR push.
I'll give a pass to some, but I know there's a handful that did attend other conventions that don't have any ROI on it other than a pat on the back and some good advice from peers versus direct line to consumer.
Yeah. Yeah. People should be looking at these conventions as direct
like you're crazy.
Consumer. It's all B2B. It seems like people spend thousands upon thousands.
I think that's okay to do when you have I'll pull Ghost at the War, right? The presence that they can show at, but they didn't do that when it was nothing.
Think of the wish list bump that a game like Heroes Together got.
Oh, tremendous.
Especially by pushing people at the end.
I would think pretty tremendous. Dude, I didn't see, honest to God, there was one guy while we were doing the interview I kept watching because he was using a bow and arrow and I could tell. And he was being all nonchalant about it. Like, I was like, is that how I look when I use? 'Cause I'm like fierce when I play.
In your mind,
right?
you're like,
yeah, I'm a mighty archer. But after like 5 minutes into it, I looked over and I'm like, holy shit, he's actually like teeth smiling. He's having so much fun. And I could see he's pulling back the bow a little more. That was the
general reaction from people, like just having so much more fun with VR than they thought.
People go to these to have fun, dude, from whether it's the furry competitions or the furry gangs that walk around. Dude, there's so much for everybody, man.
There's so much sit down games. There's so much console games.
Mm.
People want something a little different.
Yeah.
And so like stand out.
I mean, dude, what's one of those driving rigs that had the triple bend screens, full wraparound, like 180 degrees of view? I'm like, could save all that. I need the device, but I don't need all that fancy monitor shit. I got VR, dude. My whole world is a screen. I just don't have the fancy steering wheel and pedals and.
So yeah, good stuff though. Yep. Still had a lot of fun. Always fun.
We'll say it every year. If you have something you want to market or you're trying to, and you're dependent on the consumer, then go to PAX. I mean, PAX East at least. I can't talk about the other ones.
Still glad that we got to come and represent VR here. Show some love for the VR booths that were here.
And we get to play. I mean, I got to play a ship game I've been wanting to play from the same developers as Police Simulator. I don't know, man. For me, I love a lot of the flat screen games I'm seeing coming this year, and I just wish there was a stronger VR representation.
Yeah, we'll keep screaming it into the air till people
and hats
listen,
off to PAX East, man. They're running a really good.
Oh, seems like it's smoother every year.
This year was like
the smoothest.
What's weird is I definitely saw an uptick in uniform security, which I don't usually see. Especially of the canine levels that I
You
saw.
got a bomb sniff your first
yeah,
day.
man. Pulled aside for I full suitcase, no carry-on luggage, but they did their job, man. I was like, do I have anything medicinal in my bag? I might, but no bombs. So no, I mean, they
that
really,
shit was bomb.
that shit was fire. That they do a good job of making you feel safe, letting you know that like this is a safe space for everyone, and just go have fun, be yourself. Dude, I enjoy the people watching. I say it all day. I'm like the mom with the kid, who like he's a little fry and he's got some swag already, and it's like I'm sure mom doesn't want to dude, downtown Boston, fucking all those people, but she's doing it year after year. That kid's gonna grow up going to PAX every single year. It's their I saw it last year with a mom and son, and it gives me the feels because it's like these are memories that these people are gonna have forever, dude. So no, I'm just happy we're part of it in our small little weird way.
Yeah, and glad we get to support the VR that is there.
Cats in the cradle and a silver spoon.
So yeah, that's a wrap on our VR, on our PAX East 2026 VR.
That is the late night
news, I guess, coverage. But yeah, stay tuned for our interview with the team from Star Trek Infection.
Tom Lucky?
Yeah, I wish.
No.
The team
His mod
from
box was there.
the
though.
Mod Retro. Yeah, they were doing the N64 one.
I like how that guy came over and you literally just told me all about it.
Yeah.
He came over and tried to drop like the knowledge bomb, like you possibly didn't know what it was, and you kind of told him what it was, and he just, see you later.
Yeah. Good stuff. It was a good, it looked good though, but yeah, that's it for our coverage. Stay tuned for our interview with Star Trek Infection, as well as Beyond Heroes.
PAX 2027.
2 games I'm very much looking forward to. And other than that, thank you all for listening. Have a great week. Hope you enjoy these interviews. Subscribe, rate us 5 stars, check out the Discord, the Patreon, and don't forget, you can use code word Ruff Talk VR at checkout. Noticed hasn't been used as much the last couple weeks.
Real quick, Forefront shout out. Forefront, kind of
the supporter pack?
supporter pack, DLC, cosmetic
We're
only.
definitely grabbing it.
I already bought it.
Yeah.
I bought it this
grab
morning.
before bed.
I woke up to that. I went, okay. It's got to be like it. Nothing, no pay to win.
Just cosmetics.
Totally cosmetic. But I'll be damned if at the end of the round I don't want to see my little gold coin next to my name.
I'm a supporter.
Dude, I mean,
We did it with Ghost of Tabor with the
I
Founding
did
Fathers
it twice. Everyone else paid $30 for that Founding Fathers. I paid like 50 something. So dumb. But I'm happy it went to a good cause. So
pack.
Gods of Gravity. You climb up, 10 good pulls, you'll see us up there.
Yeah.
I love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Then you get little medallions too. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sport.
That was a good way they did
Sport.
it. But yeah. Hope you all enjoy our interviews. Stay tuned. We'll be back with it for the news next week. We'll be working on our studio again this weekend. So no live next week as well, just because of studio work.
Are we wrestling up a Stewie?
Yeah, that's the word on the street.
We Stewie wrangling it?
Like I said, if you buy a game on the Quest store, code word Ruff Talk VR at checkout, save your 10%.
Does not work on DLCs.
Help support your show. You only know that because you tried to use it for the supporter pack.
I'm here to support, and I tried to use our code.
Yeah, well,
I'm also here to save money.
Yeah, get a little kickback, So yeah, other than that, we will check you all out next week and enjoy these interviews. Don't go anywhere. Ciao, ciao. Hey, we're here at the Star Trek Infection booth over at PAX East
2026.
Yes, PAX East 2026. Not a whole bunch of VR here this year, but when I
Their booth is banging.
when I saw Star Trek Infection was here, I was like, this is a must check out.
Yep.
And we're not recording the booth right now, but if we were, you could see it's been nonstop of people trying to come in and check it out. So we did the best thing we could do, which is steal one of the developers from his very busy booth and say, hey, can you talk with us for...
We're close by enough if something goes wrong.
If something goes wrong, yeah. I just played it myself, and I'm definitely excited to talk with our friend here. So do you mind to do a quick intro of who you are, your name, and also what you do with the studio?
Hi guys, I'm Arthur. I'm a producer in Played with Fire. What I handle during the development process is mostly external relations and team management. But really, I do anything that's needed to be done in the moment.
That's usually the way these.
Yeah, one hat is impossible in a development world.
And this
Yeah.
isn't. Oh, sorry. I was going to say this isn't Played with Fire's first VR game either. So is this your first one with the studio? Have you been here for a bit?
So it's my first game with Played with Fire. I've been for 2 years and some time with Played with Fire, but it's Played with Fire's third VR game. So the first 2 were more of an adventure type and puzzle solving, and we wanted to elevate this experience coming with the first like big one and licensed game. And we are very excited to bring the Infection to you guys and share our creative vision with the world.
Well, the Star Trek IP in itself is a pretty monumental hurdle to cross over. Was it difficult to get the IP to take in your vision? Because you had to have sold a vision of what you wanted this to be, and it had to jive with their...
Yeah, so sadly, due to NDA reasons, I can't really get into how we got the license.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I can tell something about the development process. So I'm the guy who's been talking with Paramount mostly about this game during the development process, and the guys there have been really helpful. We have discussed with them everything, like coming from the story, through the art and the design of the game. They've been really supportive of our vision, and it was overall a great cooperation. We needed to go with them on some compromises from our side. They went on some compromises from their side, and you can see the result here. As you probably noticed, they also have been really excited about this project because they allowed us to make the protagonist a Vulcan, which is like, a pretty big deal in the Star Trek world, as it's never been done before. Even Spock, who is like this main Vulcan guy and the poster boy of the series, he was only half Vulcan, and here you can experience this logic incarnate, that true Vulcan who is stoic, almost emotionless, and tries to solve everything with his reason.
I think the big thing a lot of people were talking about when this was first announced was it's a horror, kind of a scary type game, which maybe isn't the theme most people would go to when they first hear Star Trek. How did that vision come to be? Was that from you guys? Was that from Paramount? Like, what was the decision to go, let's take Star Trek and make it a little scary for people?
So horror is definitely one of the elements of the game, but what really was our vision and what the game is, it's really a psychological thriller. We wanted it to be a little bit spooky with the atmosphere, to have a little bit of jump scares, to get like a little bit of this scary vibe. But we didn't really want to do this classic horror because it's a little bit boring, and we thought that what will best suit Star Trek will be making a horror that is based on the atmosphere and based on this paranoia and feeling of loneliness in an abandoned ship, a cold, vast space, and, just being alone there, being forced to rely on yourself. And this feeling that the only person you can talk to, you can cooperate with, is either a medical hologram, which is not really a human but close enough, or a Kardashian who you don't know if he doesn't want to just kill you. So we wanted the horror to be based on those pillars and less on this classical fright. And really, it was a big decision to make it this kind, but we thought that this psychological thriller will be very good for Star Trek, and we didn't want to take this game like follow the beaten path. We wanted to do something innovative. It's part of our studio identity. Our motto is Twist of Science. So we take something that is science and we twist it a little bit. We want to bring innovation in the world of gaming. We want to bring something new. We want to bring something that's never seen before. And we thought that this Star Trek game with a Vulcan, with a little bit of horror, and this psychological thriller will just fit perfectly into place.
I when we first heard about it, I was real vocal. I'm like, this is like, whew. The fact that we're sitting here looking at where it's at right now shows that the division was believed, compromised, but risky. That's an audience that very sensitive, very touchy to their genre. There's ones who are old school only, new school only, next gen only. And now I feel that we've got this new kind of mix, but the fact that you are Vulcan, I've never been able to play Vulcan, so I got to give you a lot of credit on from vision to where we're at with the Star Trek behind it is just unbelievably huge.
Yeah, so we were ready for some backlash from mostly the Orthodox fans.
Yeah.
We already got some of it because, for example, the Defiant class that 90% of the game is set on, it's not a classic Defiant. It's a prototype ship. It features a holodeck, has one less deck than the normal Defiant, and like when we first announced the game, it was shown in the trailer that there is a holodeck there on the Defiant class, and let me just say this, some people were not happy. They were not happy about this holodeck thing. They were not happy about the sound the engines made in the trailer. But, you know, I believe that some of this feedback we got then was really valuable, and we took it, we remade some things, and I believe that the Trek fans will be really happy with this one, and they will really see our love to this franchise, because most of the dev team, we watched those series, we watched the TNG, we watched DS9, which are the main reference points for this. We also had this one guy, Tomasz, and Tomasz is like the biggest Trekkie I've ever seen. He has all the Trek merch you can get. He has like knowledge of everything that happens in the Trek world, and he was like sitting for long hours and telling us like, guys, we can't let this piece of wall in the game. It needs to be changed in details. Or we can't use this tool to access things. No, we need to use this one. It was shown in the episode 10 of season 2 for 5 seconds. But it was there, I know it, and we need to use it. And he was like holding all this together to satisfy even the most demanding Orthodox fans.
Star Trek fans take it very serious,
Dude,
so that's important.
It's Star Trek, Star Wars, there's certain things that you got to tread real careful of. Star Trek, but I think you're going to win them over with the actual gameplay. Because the biggest critic is probably going to be the first one to buy it. And I think you're honestly going to win them over with the game, because they don't know what they might be getting, So those attentions to details you listen to, I think it's coming together.
Thanks. I'm really glad to hear that this is your perspective. I believe that probably our biggest flex is something my friend who is standing over there and just showing the game off to next people doing. So that's Dennis, our designer, level designer, and he took the Defiant plans, the blueprints that we got from Paramount, and he built the ship from scratch to be a perfect copy of what was shown on the blueprints. It's probably our biggest flex of this game, that we have this Defiant that, although with some modifications, it's almost a perfect replica of the Defiant that's in the games, both in layout and mostly in the assets, as the carpets on the floor, the walls, they are almost identical to what you could have seen in the show. We really love this retrofuturistic aesthetic. We wanted to bring it, and the whole team was so excited about doing this. We all loved this process.
The passion's there, and the fact that you put in details that really are only going to hit hard for the true diehard Trekkie who would recognize things that weren't there. But for the new user, they're not going to know that. I know for a fact if I come off that, it's supposed to be a carpet right there. That's huge.
Yeah, so our main goal was to make a good game, but we know we love Trek. All of us love Trek, and we wanted it not only be a good game, but also to be a good Star Trek, which I think is really important. Because sometimes you get a game that's on some kind of IP, some kind of license, which is a really good game, but a bad installment in this franchise. We didn't want this. We wanted the Star Trek fans to be happy. We wanted newcomers to the series to be happy. And that's why that's what we set out to do. So the game from the beginning was tied with Star Trek. We probably couldn't do this game in any other universe, and the story is so intertwined with the universe, the design is so intertwined with the universe, and art is so distinct that this couldn't happen in any other setting.
Love to hear that. And I guess the last thing I really want to ask is, what's the reception been like with people demoing
Besides
it?
the obvious that we've been seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, I'm gonna talk about the reception here on PAX. The people are really excited to play this. When they play, they say they are really excited, like, hey, that's really Star Trek, and I loved it. We've been getting really positive things said. We've been getting some praise. And I just can say how happy I am to hear all this, to see all those people excited. And I can't wait for Tuesday when the game's gonna release. I think that's all. I'm just really, really excited.
That's awesome.
I think it's celebration time for the studio. They're
Yeah.
crushing it here at PAX.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
good crowd. People
Definitely
waiting in
it is.
line.
Definitely it is. As you know, we are a studio based in Poland. When we will be going back from PAX, our flight arrives in Poland on the day of the release. So probably we are going to be getting off the plane and going straight for some kind of a celebration for release.
I hope so.
Well deserved. Well deserved. It's great. So it's coming this Tuesday, MetaQuest and Steam. I know I said last one before. Any thoughts of PlayStation VR 2, or are you going to wait and see the results first?
Sadly, we haven't planned for this yet. Nothing is impossible, I would say. And if the reception will be good, something may happen, and the game may be developed further. But for now, there were no major plans for this.
Makes
And the
sense.
asking price for this on Tuesday?
Can you repeat?
How much is it going to be on Tuesday?
You mean
To buy it.
So the game will be $30. It's a VR standard for this kind of
Yep.
game. And we wanted to be fair to the players. We didn't want to inflate the price.
Makes sense. That's a fair asking price for a big IP like Star Trek. I look at a game like Alien Rogue Incursion, like it did well on PSVR 2. I think that a game like this could even find a good audience there. But hopefully the MetaQuest and the Steam VR launch go great. Any Trekkie is going to be all over this, I think. I think you guys nailed the vibe. I was just in there for 15, 20 minutes, and like you said, wasn't too scary. It was more like that, isolated. Everybody's dead around you. Figure out what's going on. So I'm really excited to see the response to this on Tuesday. Anything else you want to ask Arter while we have him here?
No, I'm glad that you all came down to PAX East in the New England side, because I think you're for VR. This is one of the highlights for VR for
No
the
doubt.
whole convention. So
We're also very glad we came here. For me and for my friend here, it's our first time in the United States. We are really excited and we really like it here.
That's awesome. PAX is there needs to be more
in
studios
one
like
of the
you.
oldest cities too. So it's
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And hopefully, the reception gets out of how it was here. We get more studios here next year. There's not enough VR at PAX. So
Nope.
when I saw Star Trek Infection was here, I was like, we got to go check out these guys. So thanks for coming to our city. Thanks for coming to Boston. Hopefully the rest of the convention goes well with you. And thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
thanks guys for covering our game.
Yeah, definitely.
No
We'll talk
worries.
more about it at launch as well, too. All right, everyone. Stay tuned for Star Trek Infection. This will be coming out on Monday, so tomorrow, MetaQuest and Steam VR, and maybe we'll get something for PSVR 2 down the line. But go support the game now. That way, if it does good, that's how we get it to other platforms, right? So, awesome. Check you all out next time.
Bye guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
Hey, we are here at PAX East checking out the Heroes Together booth.
We're looking like we have a lot of space right here, but dude, we're crammed because there's a lot of people who want to play this.
Yes, I was very excited. We came and checked it out on Friday. Yesterday, we were booking all of our interviews.
And they
We
got
came
a
here, and
beautiful spot.
you guys are booked solid through the convention pretty much. So that's great news. We always say there's not enough VR at PAX, and I
This
think
is
that's
proof. Show up.
a great example
Deliver
of it.
something good.
So before we go too deep into the weeds, do you two mind to introduce yourself? Tell our viewers here who you are and what you do for the studio.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for having us. I am Ashley Riot Blake. I am the head of partnerships here at VR Cave/Basement Bunker Labs. We're the creators of Heroes Together.
Sweet. My name's Sohaib Qadri. I'm from Edmonton. This is my first PAX, fun fact. And at Basement Bunker Labs, I am a programmer/developer. I actually just started last September, so I'm still kind of fairly new, but it's been great working here.
So I'm going to backtrack. I heard first PAX.
Oh,
First PAX ever, East, West, doesn't matter.
first PAX ever. Also, first game conference.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right in Boston, Massachusetts, in our
Yeah.
backyard. So I'm going to ask how you liking it.
it's great. Been pretty busy here, but outside
I
of
can
being
see.
here, the food's great. You know,
Okay.
a lot of dinner spots we've been
He
to.
got a lobster roll
Yeah,
and some clam
Lobster roll?
chowder. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you're official. You
It's
might as well
great.
move here now.
Yeah, and clam chowder.
Basically
Okay,
a resident
yeah.
now. Basically
Yeah.
a resident.
Okay. No, I wanted to digress on that first PAX ever. You happen to be in one of the busiest booths for VR for sure.
No, it's been amazing. We actually on the first day didn't have the booking link set up and we got in trouble because we had too big of a line. And so that's why we had to have the booking link. And so people keep coming up thinking we don't have a line and we're actually completely booked through Saturday. And I also heard that PAX is completely sold out. So they sold out of 4-day passes and they sold out of Saturday passes. So it has just been wild on the floor as well. So yeah.
That's fantastic. The way that you're doing your bookings though is great because you're not getting the bunch up. People are observing, they're seeing the people play, but you're legit getting the ones who.
And we want people to enjoy PAX, right? Like, we don't want you waiting in line for 2 hours for one experience. So they get a link, they know when they can come back, and people have been very good about coming back as well, which has been wild.
Awesome. This is a game I've been excited about since it was first announced. So when I saw you guys were here, I was like, we definitely have to swing by. But in case any of our listeners or viewers don't know what Heroes Together is, do you mind explaining quickly, what exactly this game is?
Sure, I could do that. I'll give you the spiel. This is Heroes Together VR. It is a co-op online 4-player roguelite dungeon crawler. I know that's a lot of buzzwords. But yeah, you hop in with your friends. There's different classes. There's power-up abilities. There's character customization, mini games. And once you get into the dungeons, it's a roguelite, so there's rotating levels, different variations. We got boss fights. And yeah, that's the
And
overarching thing.
There's also a lot of social elements as well. It's a social first game. And so there's a lot of the power poses, for example, you learn them from other players. There's some that you can unlock, but yeah, they're taught to each other by actually physically watching other people. So there's a lot of social elements like that pull each other into looking at each other, so that if you do have really cool cosmetics or if you've unlocked really cool stuff, it forces other people to look at your character and you can show that off. And it also lets other people know that, hey, this person might be a mentor, might be able to teach me a bunch of things or be able to show me some power poses. So yeah, we were at CES with the game. We got a bunch of feedback at CES. We're really building the game with the community, not for them. So we took a bunch of feedback from CES. You see a lot of the changes from that build in this build, and we're going to take a lot of the feedback. We've got the devs in the booth watching people play, taking notes, and then I actually take all the feedback as well that we get from the post-game forums and parse that all and deliver it to the devs so that they can read through it. And then you'll see all of that feedback in the next build as well. So we are doing early access and stuff like that if people want to join the Discord, and some weekend betas if they want to be a part of that and see how their feedback can shape the game. Some fun fact about me is I've helped ship about over 50 games onto the MetaQuest store. I worked at Cloudhead for a very long time on Pistol Whip. I did all the marketing. I did a bunch of the marketing, not all of it. So wonderful team, marketing and social and et cetera for that. And so just bringing a lot of the, I know that the players matter a lot. And so we're bringing all of that into the dev. And another fun fact, these guys have been making escape rooms for 10 years. Not this team, but VR Cave / this company. They have 10 experiences, 250 locations worldwide. One of the main things they would hear is like, we wish we could play more of your stuff at home, right? And so this is the first commercial app. And so it's a really experienced team in Edmonton. They've started a brand new team for this one as well, but we share resources across. I'm across both sides as well. So yeah, I know that was a lot and you told me it was okay to talk, but yes, lots of stuff.
I got to say, though, what I like doing when I see people playing VR games, I want to see their reactions. There's not a person here who's not having a good time. This guy, he's smiling ear to ear. The people behind me are smiling. It's cool to see. That's when you know what they're playing is legit because they're not just blah, dry. No, these are people having a good time.
It is the coolest. Is it that is my favorite thing.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun groups. It's been great marketing material for us, just watching them play and recording them. Yep.
So with that, I'm going to assume the feedback being received is extremely positive today. I can't see anybody being like, nah, that was...
Yeah, I mean, everybody's been great, but I will say something about PAX is that this is the community of players that, like, they don't care that we're devs and they're going to give us really good feedback. And we've been like, please hurt our feelings because, like, we need to know what's not working. But that being said, it's been overwhelming. We've had people come back the next day. It's a timed thing. So we've had a couple of groups get to the boss and not be able to kill the boss and come back, like put together stronger groups so that they can go to the boss and get it. We have another group coming back for their third time on Sunday so that they can try and hit the boss. And so like, that is the coolest thing,
that
right?
Speaks volumes when you're having to book that's time you could be spending somewhere. Let's be honest. There's a lot of different opportunities.
So cool here. Like,
someone's
my
on a
goodness.
treat coming back 3 times.
Yeah. Speaking a little about that, since we are a roguelite, we've got different classes. People are coming back, not just to give another attempt at the boss fight, but to try different classes, to see different levels in the games as well.
Yep.
And they're having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
I think it's huge. I know you, dude, you were excited the minute you knew they were here.
There's
You're
a good
like,
amount of roguelites in VR, but there's not enough co-op roguelites, especially with this type of character customization and all of that. And you mentioned different classes. How many different classes are there in the game?
So we've got 3 classes in the game right now in our builds. One is about done being made, and we're definitely going to have more classes coming in the future.
That's
and when
awesome.
we launch, we're planning for 4 classes. So if you have any feedback on what those classes should be, we would love to hear that.
I think to the classics.
Opening up Pandora's box of suggestions now.
Yes.
Your warrior, your mage, your archer. That's usually
Archer's a necessity,
that's usually
which you
the
can
one
clearly see people throw an arrow.
Yes.
When are you anticipating that this is going to be in players' hands as well?
So we actually have a date, but it's a secret. But I will say fall. But we actually do have plans for this year. And we have a date and plans in place for that. So if you do want to be a part of like the feedback, join now because we're going to start those early access stuff really soon.
It's coming up.
Yep.
Fall's a good time for it. You get out of that summer area. It's like things are cooling down. Kids are back in school. It's usually a good time to come. There's usually a lot of good releases in the fall. So
we're a little worried about that, but we're just going to be awesome. So.
And this is going to be just MetaQuest and Steam. What's the platforms?
It's going to be MetaQuest and Steam. Steam may come a little bit later. I'm not sure. We're trying, obviously, simultaneous ship is important because we want as many community members in the build as possible. So we're going to aim for that. But at least those 2, as far as PlayStation VR, maybe in the future, we're also trying to get it on the Pico headset, but no promises on that if it will happen in time.
I know the PlayStation VR peeps would be happy, for sure.
It's always good to reference them, otherwise you'll get the 100 PSVR 2
Well,
win.
and it's a
win
checkbox
comments.
that someone's going to ask about. Like, is it coming to Pico? Is it coming to Steam? Where's it going?
Well, and I don't think that there's enough really good co-op games on PSVR 2. Of course, there are some, but a good roguelite like this, I think, could do really good over there as well, too. So I'm definitely excited about this. It sounds like
I'm enjoying watching the people playing it, I think, more than anything else right now.
Which we're in the middle of our play space, by the way. So we've got 4 people in VR, like all surrounding
We're working
us.
around the scene.
Some of them are archers, some of them are like brawlers, so they're throwing punches, and some of them are knights, so they're swinging swords very widely.
I
So
have
we are
not
in
been
danger.
attacked from the back, so I'm happy.
and even while, we do the best thing. We steal developers from their booth on Saturday,
Well, not
the
for
busiest
nothing.
day.
This is a good bird's eye view of watching people play, too. So it is multitasking.
It is, yes.
But even as we're just doing this interview, we're seeing new people come up, check it out. Like, you guys are a good example of why I think VR should be at PAX. It's got so many passionate gamers here. To be honest with you, there's only you all, Pin City, Star Trek Infection, and Geometry Attack. That's it for VR
4.
gaming. I know.
4 of them. That's wild. And I'm kind of sad about that because I wanted to leave the booth and actually try some of the VR stuff. And we obviously today is not the day for that, but it's sad to know that the list is like 3 games long. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We always say, if you're a VR studio, you come to PAX, you will get a lot of attention. And look at this, it's
I
different.
would reach out to them direct about their setup because it's ideal for the VR play space. 1, 2, 3,
We can
4
help you with
people
that.
going at
Let
all
us know.
times, minus the 5th space. No, it's a good example. You guys did it right. You did.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
your
man. I mean,
location is, come on, you're right off the escalator, main escalator.
we got so lucky. We
some
were so
connects.
pleased. We were so pleased when we got here. And I mean, again, the guys have just been amazing. The other thing we have is it's going to be very heavily social. So there's a social hub as well that players join into, and there's a lot of mini games and things like that. And so if people like that more, a lot of people just kind of hang out in that area and just take pictures, hang out in the chill spots. And then there's also the dungeon area as well.
Well, you're giving people more than just a reason to have to go right in and jump in it, which is appreciative.
And something to do
when you're-
between, you know?
Yeah. We've noticed a lot of players want to explore the Tetherfall hub area with the mini games, the customization and everything, but we're like, oh, we kind of gotta get you into the dungeon. We're kind of on a time limit here. We need to get everybody in. So it's been great seeing them have fun in the hub area, Tetherfall, having those social elements.
No, huge. Social and VR is hand in hand when done right. So
I think we've spent hours together in Dungeons of Eternity and their main hub area together.
just bouncing around.
Yeah,
doing
checking out
nothing.
each other's
Great
weapons
game.
and stuff.
We
With
love
nothing.
that game.
We're drinking fake ale and
Exactly. And I mean, such a great game, right? One of our huge inspirations. We love the team. Ancient Dungeon as well. Amazing team. Like all of those cooperative, all of the dungeon-like games. And we look up to all of them, right? And exactly that. People just spend time doing what's familiar. And so there might be places where you could potentially have ale and hang out in our area. Who knows?
Yeah, those type of small VR interactions they go a long way.
Demio with painting the. Yeah, no, it means a lot.
Another incredible team.
Yeah. I'm just listing all the bangers out.
Like, could we ever be like Resolution? That would be incredible.
And you referenced the Discord as well too. So what's the best way for any players that are interested in this game to find the Discord, stay up to date with what's coming for Heroes Together?
The best place would probably be Discord. You can sign up for our newsletters. We send out information whenever we've got events, play tests, anything like that.
And if you want to find those, the best way is playheroestogethervr.com. It'll have everything at the top. So just our title, you can search that. And then on socials, it's actually our studio, which is Basement Bunker Labs. So you can look that up on any
Great
social
game.
media. Yeah, thank you. And so then our sister company or the other company in the office that does the location is VR Cave. So you could check out both of those if you wanted to. But yeah, playheroestogether.com. Is it .com or .ca? We're from Canada.
You're Canadian.
We're a Canadian studio, and we're actually a physical studio in Edmonton. So everybody actually goes into the studio. We're all from Edmonton, and we hang out there as well. So yeah,
I think especially for developing a VR game like this, it's quite important to be in person as well. It's been a great help for us. Yeah.
Seems to be more rare nowadays, though, the actual in person versus just, which I get from like an opportunity you can cherry pick from across but actual in house. That's huge.
it's so nice.
And do you work on the VR Cave side of things too, or just Heroes Together right now?
Not currently. We do share a lot of resources, so like they'll come bump us for help. We'll come bump them for help. So since I'm a programmer, there's a lot of shared knowledge. But I am just on this team.
That makes sense, especially with it shipping this year. You definitely want to go full
Yes.
focus there.
You keep people focused on their.
Yeah, we very rarely get to steal like full devs from the other side, especially when we're like mid development. But when things slow down or when the escape room has finished a team, like we just shipped a game on that side, and so they had a little bit more time. Of the 5 people here, the 2 devs are only on Heroes Together. We've got a tech guy that does both, so he knows how to set up all of our servers and stuff. So he reaches across both aisles, and then myself and Ryan reach across both aisles. He's head of growth and marketing, and I'm head of partnerships and community. And so more of the leadership / executive side is both, but the devs tend to focus in on what it is that they're building. Yeah.
I mean, it's huge that the opportunity exists for the devs to be here to see that going down live. And
Yeah, I'm super grateful.
Not everybody has that luxury, unfortunately. So, I mean, yeah, no.
First PAX as well, so I was super glad when they said
Have you gotten to walk around at all?
I have. Yeah, I've been to a few booths. I've traded some pins and such, but hopefully I get some time to try out some other indie games as well.
And the way that we can bring more devs is if you guys come and try the game and give us feedback, because that's how I tell my bosses that it's worth it. So, because I want to bring more and more, like
if only
to
there were
Gamescom and
devs
stuff.
here for that game when I played it.
Yes.
Oh no! Well, we've seen some booths that only have one developer. So professionally, you guys are doing a great job here. It's very well run, structured. I'd love to see it. And again, the reception seems so positive every time we see people take off the headsets.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks.
you.
I just want to put the microphone on this girl so bad behind me.
Communicating
That's
with each
awesome.
other.
She's
That's
like
great.
screaming about
Yeah.
Oh, just in it to win it.
And we
That
got
is
a lot of puzzles
awesome.
in there that you really need to be able to communicate with, and it's kind of hard for them here because it's so loud, so it's hard to hear each other. But yeah,
She's doing a good job making sure you can hear. She's doing
No,
good.
it's good.
can you guys hear her?
Yeah, that's awesome. Anything else you want to ask while we have these
No,
two?
I'm glad we could steal 20 minutes of your all's time. It's been awesome walking by here 10 times today and being like, it's packed. Since we came in, it's been packed. The presentation's clean. Everyone's friendly. The energy's good.
Again,
With one more day to PAX. Nobody's yawning. I'm pretty impressed.
I'm so excited to try this one as well too. I've like I said, I've been hyped since the first time it was announced. So I'll definitely be joining the Discord, dropping a wish list. If you're watching this, listening, you're interested in another good roguelite, especially co-op in VR, definitely drop them a wish list on the Quest store. And
Go support.
yeah, well, stay tuned for the full
And
launch
can
of
we
this.
just say that we really appreciate you guys and everything that you do, and I am a huge fan. I've been watching you and listening to you for a really long time, and just thank you so much for coming out here, finding all the VR guys. I know it's a lot of work, and scouting us out and setting this up and doing it. We appreciate it. So
Well, great studios like you all make it worth it. So
It's
It's a-
wow.
it's a mutual
Yeah,
it's
we'll
a
bob
mutual
it right back to
relationship. Yeah. So
thank you so
It's
much.
harmonious. If you didn't do what you did, we'd have zero ability to do what we want to do.
Thank you.
It's a balance that seems to be working very well for everybody.
absolutely.
Thank you guys.
So I know we stole you for, like you said, almost 20 minutes from your booth. So we'll let you all back. But thank you for taking the time to chat with us, Ashley. Thank you for taking
Thank
the time.
you so much.
And like
Thank
I
you,
said, to listeners,
guys.
to the watchers, to the viewers, stay tuned for Heroes Together later this year. Ciao, ciao.